guys, so we made it.
What's that?
It's kind of small today though.
Yeah. Well, at least you can pick your stuff.
So this is the famous dollar pile. Like I said, guys, piles of shit, and this is only the first layer, first level of the warehouse. Anything good?
No, just junk. Yep.
We're at Walmart, so it's actually really hot, but this is the upstairs. So, like I described earlier, these are like 9-foot tall piles of clothing.
Looks good on you, Disco. I think it's your color.
They all left me. They were looking at this giant horde and then they left me. So I come back from a break and I find you guys up here. What the heck did you find? What are they? Shelter hats. What's up, buddy? Hello.
You guys gonna be here for a minute?
Oh man, Midget Man. What size is that? It's tiny.
Your face just looks like a white blob. What'd you find? What'd you find?
Have a gas mask bag.
A gas mask bag. It looks nice.
Okay, so what's Indiana Jones's thing is a gas mask bag, right? Have you guys seen any?
British made. No, they're not here. Actually, according to the film, the period it takes place was before those were released. Appropriate time.
It's different for every person, really.
Well, to a lot of us, it's a huge part of our lives.
Huge part of your lives? How so?
It's a nice place to go. It's just full acceptance, and you can just kind of be who you want to be and hang out and have fun and dress like post-apocalyptic and be adults and play into the world for a week.
Being really dirty all the time.
What does it mean to be one?
Yeah, what does it mean to be a wasteland?
It means to be a fan of post-apocalyptic culture and, like, you know, the anti-culture of it. Kind of, I'm not necessarily personally looking forward to the idea of an apocalypse happening, but it's kind of a fun escapism thing. Like, people have hobbies, people dress up as, you know, superheroes and things like that, and for some of us it's just more the idea of dressing up like the world just got fucked up.
Freedom and acceptance.
Freedom and acceptance.
And just like everyone's accepted, and everyone just wants to be your friend.
Originally my sister brought me in because she was dating someone, and then I kind of just started doing it
As well?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I got kind of into it, and I just love the community, and I love the style, and I love just how they accept you for whoever you are.
Wherever I can be judged for not being dirty and also looking cool, that is okay with me. I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. Everybody's here for the same reason. We all want to be dirty and buy stuff.
Buy stuff?
At least here at Mart. I know Wasteland you also buy stuff too, but it is fun to be together with people who all like the same stuff.
As a little kid, I was a really big fan of the original Mad Max movies, and there was a game series called Fallout that I played on the PC when it was like, you know, just a little PC game that was like a top-down isometric thing. And I loved the crap out of those games, and I've always enjoyed it. And then when I heard about Wasteland Weekend, I was like, this is a perfect way to have fun with it and take it further and, you know, check it out. You know, you've seen some of the cars out there and stuff, like.
Especially for us, because we go to a LARP called Dystopia Rising, where we actually have separate characters that we roleplay as for a full weekend.
Yes, I'm Grandmaster
I try not
General
to let that
Peacock. Yeah,
You try not to.
He tries. He's
I get too into stuff.
he's shy in real life and shy in Wasteland, but like at least he can be comfortably shy in Wasteland.
I think it's one of those things where it doesn't really change my personality, it just kind of enhances it. Like, I feel more of myself because, I mean, usually when I live my life, I live it like a badass. But now I get to actually live it like a badass, and I get to actually go out and do stuff. So.
Still dirty, a little bit more weird.
Previous Wastelands, I've definitely, like, my name is Kai. I go around and I am known as Kai. Like, I don't tend to have, like, a different persona on it. But this year, like, as I've been building more costume parts and, like, kind of feeling like I'm almost developing a character for, like, you know, my own personal movie or, like, you know, show or something like that, I do feel like I'm developing a character from that. But yeah, and when you start, like, I don't know if you're aware, but like groups of Wastelanders form together for tribes, and when they form a tribe, they've usually got a common theme, and that means almost like they have a uniform that they kind of unofficially build, like everyone has like a tribe logo that they wear on their costume or things like that so they can recognize each other, and that kind of culture rises up and people start creating backstories from it. So it's kind of a natural progression that people get more and more interested in it if they're a more creative and artistic person. To a certain degree, yes. If you're a fan of Mad Max, you're always welcome. I will personally admit that there are some people who are a little purist and are like, if it's not Mad Max, it doesn't have a place at Wasteland. And that kind of elitism, I feel, is on the out. Like, it's a small minority that are just a little too loud. And so I look forward to the opportunities and the times where the community is expanding. It gets bigger every year, and it means there's a lot more fans of other things other than just Mad Max. And I feel that that can only be good for the community, like extending outlets and things like that. So.
Hey guys, I'm back. So, yeah, shaky camera work, sorry about that. This isn't my usual camera that I use. The one that I do use, which is this really awesome Nikon PowerShot. I don't know where the charger is, so it died within the first video. So the first interview you saw was with this one, the rest of it was on my Olympus camera. Anyways, so that was a way smaller turnout than I expected. Usually at Walmart, there's like at least 100 people. And this one there was like 30. So it was a little bit smaller than I expected, but you know, I got some good interviews and some good feedback on the questions I was asking. I was gonna go more in depth, but when I saw how small it was, I just kind of cinched it down to about 3 or 4 questions per person or per group. Now in the interviews, there was a few people that mentioned Wasteland Weekend, and Wasteland Weekend is a 4-day event. It's not really a weekend. It's like an extra day weekend. But it's a 4-day event where you go out into the desert. If you guys have ever heard of Burning Man, it's kind of like this, but excuse me, it's kind of like this, but not as crazy. I mean, it's Wasteland. It's pretty crazy, but it's a 4-day event where you drive out to the desert. Everyone's dressed up in their Mad Max stuff, or as there was a few LARP, which is live action roleplay, for I think it was Dystopia Rising, I think is what they said, which I'd never heard of before until today. But you go out, you dress up in your Wastelander attire, and you're dressed like that, and filthy and dirty, for 4 days out in the desert. And they have photo shoots and all this other stuff, but it's like $100 a ticket. Now, if I had that kind of money, I would totally go out there and do this project on this, but Walmart's the cheaper version, because it's free. But to sum up what I got from my interviews, a lot of the people that are there are for the Wasteland and are for Walmart to gain attire for their Wastelander attire. And so I thought it was interesting that a lot of the people that I asked when I said, how do you feel about the community, they say that it's non-judgmental. You go there and you're not going to be judged. You feel at home. You can be, I think one of the guys said you can be a shy, you know, introverted Wastelander, but you're still welcome. And everyone's welcoming, they're nice, you know, they look badass and really mean. You're like, oh my god, there's a bunch of people in tattoos and biker gang kind of stuff. But no, you talk to them and they're actually very nice and very welcoming, because it is so no judgment. And you can be whoever you want to be at Wasteland. You could be, you know, you can make yourself a different name if you really wanted to, and people will call you that. Or like Kai, he had a lot more information than some of the other Wastelanders. I think he's been doing it for a lot longer than they had been. But he was telling me that how, you know, he's over the years created this new character, and that's sort of what he's going with now. But beforehand, it was just him. It was just him dressed up in all this stuff, and you can go and just be whoever you want to be, and everyone's accepting of it. Which is interesting, because at first glance you think, oh my gosh, these people are so weird, they dress up in like post-apocalyptic stuff, and it's like, what, do they want to have the world ended so they can dress this way? Which isn't the case for everyone, they just like the outfits. But it's sort of intriguing at the fact that these people all came together and found inspiration and interest in such a dystopian sort of post-apocalyptic society, and have, you know, people have become friends, people have gotten married from here. There's a wedding, I think 2 years ago at Wasteland Weekend, that I read up on. They got married in the Wasteland, practically. And these people are just, it's a subculture, and even though it looks brash and it looks harsh and it looks like everyone's mean, everyone's actually really, really nice. I thought I was gonna get, you know, no, I'm not gonna, you know, interview you. You're like, no, I don't want my face shown on camera or something like that. But everyone's like, yeah, sure, let me tell you about it. Let me tell you about Wasteland. Let me tell you what it's like to be a Wastelander. And everyone did have different ideas and different views of what it is to be a Wastelander, because it's it is different for everyone. It is, you know, their own take on something, and it's very personal to them, and the fact that they want to make their own costume and share that with people and trade different things, like trade gauntlets or trade armor. Or here's Wasteland. Was talking to some people in that Wasteland weekend. You know, there's gambling, there's booze, there's, you know someone's doing drugs there. It's crazy, it's mayhem. But they're a part of the gambling, and part of, there's a bounty hunter game where, you know, you take a Polaroid picture of yourself and someone has a bounty and you trade or whatever. But the currency in Wasteland Weekend are bottle caps. And so there are different tribes in the Wasteland. You know, if you have a group of people, like say of me and my friends, all those dorks you saw in the video that were looking for military stuff, if we wanted to make a tribe for Wasteland, we would have a bottle cap and decorate it for us and give it to other people and say, this is our tribe, so that way you know. And we'd all have it. And there's tons of these different tribes. So these people, they hand paint their bottle caps, you know, and they trade and everything like that. It's very much a commerce sort of society, subculture society of, you know, trading and bartering and everything. I mean, if you just take a look at Kai, his gauntlets, I asked him how he made them, and he didn't even make them. A guy liked his other piece of his costume, and he liked his gauntlets, so they switched. And so now he has the gauntlets, and he sort of took that in inspiration and created the rest of his costume. So it's not like it's just a one and done deal. This thing is constantly growing and constantly changing, and the subculture is growing every year. I mean, heck, my friends are now going to Mart every time it's around. It's like every 2 months. And I'm slowly getting more and more into it. I mean, heck, I even bought myself one of these. I want to put it on my car, but I don't think my mother would let me, so I think I'm just going to put it as a magnet on my little fridge here. But I don't know, it's just the fact that it can spur from a movie, it can spur from someone talking about it, but either way, these people come and they start dressing up or whatever, and they start feeling more like themselves, or either that, or one of the people I interviewed, she said that it accentuates her normal self. She's a little bit more introverted, but the second she puts the costume on, she can be extroverted, she can be whoever she wants to be. And I think that that's really interesting that these people are so welcoming like that, even though their subculture looks so terrifying at first. But I think this was a very interesting study, and I'm very glad that I've done it, and to see sort of into the minds of all these people that consider themselves Wastelanders. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I apologize for the shaky camera work. This is not the usual camera I use for vlogging. I apologize. But I hope you guys like it, and I hope you guys learned a little bit about what a Wastelander is and what Mart is as well. See you guys next time!